Welcome to a single girl's guide to wine. Today, we are going to be talking about art and wine pairings. And the reason I wanted to talk to you about art and wine pairings is because I saw Spike Lee's latest movie entitled Highest to Lowest. The reason this is important to me is because they were filming in New York in this $17 million penthouse, which I love. And the artwork was a curation of Black art, and it is one of the best collections I have ever seen. It was fantastic. It was dope. And I just want to talk to you about pairing art and wine because of this reason. I am a certified wine educator, but I am an art historian first. So when I see things that are magical, wonderful, and inspiring, I like to share that with you. Let's talk about art and wine pairings and briefly how I do this. This movie was the perfect movie to show some of Jean-Michel Basquiat's paintings. The paintings that I captured, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 in there, but I saw horn players or a rendition of horn players, and I also saw Now's the Time. Both of these paintings are reminiscent of jazz. When you study art history, you study the history of what's going on first. You study the history. Whatever is going on in that time, you want to study that, and then that is going to be a reflection most of the time of the art. So art, history. So I have been a big fan of Jean-Michel Basquiat for many, many years. Always loved his very abstract, contemporary, modernistic works. Amazing, just so improvisational, just like a jazz piece. And we're going to talk about how to pair paintings with wines. And I hope I didn't overstep what I was trying to say. So the first thing that I like to do, if you saw that movie, those paintings are of the first one, Horn Players, was of Charlie Parker and I think Dizzy Gillespie, or renditions of them, but they were all kind of together in that painting. So I'm gonna label the subject matter of that painting jazz. The other painting, Now's the Time, was this big album, this big black album, and That's All It Is, which was so freaking awesome. But anyway, what I do is try to get a subject matter together. So I'm going to label both of those 2 paintings jazz. Go back and look at the movie. They're in the beginning of the movie, and you can kind of query on Jean-Michel Basquiat and look up the titles of those art pieces and then find them in the movies. It's so fun. So I have entitled those 2 pieces in my mind jazz. Now, I try to find a wine that is reminiscent or has the characteristics of jazz. When we're talking about jazz, we're going to be talking about, something bold, something improvisational, something interactive, something rhythmic, something deep. And so I try to take those characteristics and find a wine that speaks that to me. The wine that I am drinking right now is a Syrah. I've kind of been on this Syrah kick. We're coming into fall. Syrahs are very, very bold. They're almost like blue note jazz. They're bold, they're improvisational, they're very, very deep in their context and in their structure. They're deep, bold wines. They have hints of dark fruit. It's all these complex blends that go with a Syrah. And what I mean by that, it's not like smooth sailing with a Syrah. It kind of has like these bold characteristics. So that's kind of, that probably doesn't sound good. The Syrah has bold characteristics and complex characteristics like a jazz piece. If you listen to jazz music, it's very complex, and if you don't understand it, you won't get it. You might appreciate it, you might love it, but you really are not comprehending anything until you really kind of understand the chords and how those riffs are moving. So you want to pick a wine that is rhythmic, that is bold, that you can't, really explain. You want to keep talking about it. So complex painting, complex music, and complex wine. Santé, salut, cheers for now.